Hey guys and gals, it's the Pepper Wolverine over here, Willowbrook, Illinois, once again. Something that I received in that box of peppers I got from John Verity, Gnarly Pods. Something he's calling the Weaper. The Weaper is a Reaper unknown cross. And I believe, based upon the information he gave me, that he called it the Weaper because originally it grew out as a plant that, in his opinion, didn't amount to much. Didn't look much like a chinense plant. But nonetheless, he selected seeds from a pot off that plant and grew it out, and said it grew out into a little fireball. So he said it's got the the Reaper type genes in it, and he labeled these as something called a Weaper. Nice little red pods. Little four-lobed elongation on one of them, and like a three-lobe, wanting to be a four-lobe on the other one. Not terribly textured. One of them is a little bit more wrinkled than the other, but they are relatively similar. Have a nice crimson red color to them. Let's see what the Weeper's all about. And John, I do apologize for getting my information wrong on the last review I did of the Gnarly Pods. I was reading through the information and knew that the Jumblies was a Wartrix cross, and mistakenly said a daisy cutter cross, and mistakenly said a Wartrix cross because I was reading through some of the different messages we had, and I just got them confused. So I do apologize about that. I try not to make mistakes. Typically, when I make a mistake, it's because I had bad information. That one, it was because I just relayed bad information. So I do apologize. So this one is a heavily floral aroma coming off the pepper after cutting it open. Decent placental tissue, good amount of seed base. Floral on the knife that cut through it. Weeper. Unknown Reaper cross. Didn't look like much. It was kind of a weeping willow plant that John decided to grow out. So it's a little fireball. So the pods aren't very huge, so it is little. Let's see how much of a fireball it is. Pretty floral, biting through it, that's for sure. A little bit of bitterness kicking in, depending on where I'm chewing through what's in my mouth, I guess. For some reason, it's gonna make me sneeze. Hold on. I hate that sensation. Man, I really don't want to sneeze right now. If I sneeze right now, that's gonna like take some of this stuff and blow it out my nose, and that's just gonna intensify this to a level you don't really want. I mean, you don't want peppers up the nose. So hopefully that sensation subsides. I'm not so sure though. The Weeper definitely has the fruity flavor that one might associate with the Reaper before the real heat kicks in and starts climbing. Not bitter, not overly floral, which I thought it might be from the aroma. Excuse me while I clean out the teeth a little bit. This one stuck in the teeth quite a bit. So the Weaper, I found one of the labels. They must have fallen off. A unknown Reaper cross with some heat that's kicking in all around the mouth. Overall mouth burn feels like a good mouth burn to it. Kicking in the glands that make you salivate. I was going to say pituitary glands, but that's not right. Let's just call them the spit glands, because I could spit. Fruity backside flavor for sure. Slight floral nodes in it, but more fruity than anything. Opening up this nasal passage pretty quickly. It's only been, I don't know, 2 minutes. I noticed recently that my video length has been climbing, but I think that's because I've been eating hotter and hotter peppers, and every once in a while I do kind of exaggerate or babble on before I eat the pepper, so I try not to do that in this one, so we'll keep it to a minimum, since most people's attention spans are 5 minutes or less. Or if you're on your smartphone and on the go, it's probably 30 seconds or less. So, hot pepper, recommend it. Thanks, John. Gnarly Pods, rock on. We'll post that little tidbit for those people that only want that much information and have that attention span. But I'm not one of those guys, so. Working it around in the mouth, trying to force it a little bit and see. There we go. Kicking in the saliva, bringing out the flavors of the pepper. It's a decent low end, super hot. But keep in mind, hot and super hot is relative to what I've eaten recently. It's always hard to, except for those real standout peppers, it's hard to really rate a pepper just from eating a single one. This one's got a good amount of heat to it, but I've also eaten quite a few peppers that have a good amount of heat and or greater amount of heat and or lesser amount of heat this season. I've been fortunate enough to eat everything from chili to arbos to some habaneros, quite a few habaneros, some, what have I had this season? My garden didn't do very well, so I only ate so many peppers out of there. Some fruit gums, those were good. Bleeding frutens's a variety from a Mojo pepper. That one was pretty good, had a decent kick to it. More so been eating peppers that people sent to me, like John from Gnarly Pods, who sent me this Weaper. Nice pepper, decent amount of heat. I like the flavor. It's reminiscent of the Reaper flavor. Be interested to know what crossed into it, especially given the description he said how the plant grew, that leaving pattern and slight branching pattern might not have matched the typical chinense. But it's a good flavored pepper. It's fruity. Only bitter when I ate through the seed base and the placenta. Floral was mostly on the aroma side of it. Flavor was juicy. Kind of a typical chinense flavor. But not, like I said, not floral. So it's the Weeper's a pretty good pepper, and I like the name Weeper. Reaper cross with something that he pulled out of the physical characteristics of the plant, hence the weeping plant and the Weaper. Weaper. John, this is a very good pepper. Appreciate you including this into the box of gnarly pods that I most recently received. And here pretty soon we'll see if I can really push my limits and blow myself up with that brownish, blackish, brackish bootleg. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. You guys should definitely check out Gnarly Pods. I think it's at gnarlypods.com. I've enjoyed all the peppers that he sent me, and I think quite a few of them are available for purchase as seeds. So you might want to check them out. Thanks for sharing this with me. I appreciate it. And like I said, sorry about getting the information wrong on the last video I did. That's my bad. That's on me. Try to be more accurate with the information I provide to the public, but didn't change anything about my personal opinion of the actual pepper. So, Pepper Wolverine saying adios on this brisk October early evening. Take care, everybody. We'll do it again soon. Bye.